ಶ್ರೀಚಕ್ರ ವರದಾಚಾರ್ಯಂ ಶುದ್ಧಸತ್ವ ಗುರುತ್ತಮಂ ಶ್ರೀನಿಧಿಂ ರಾಘವಂ ವಂದೇ ಹ್ಯಪಾರ ಕರುಣಾಕರಂ ನಿಧಾಯ ವೇತ್ರಮಂಜಸಾ ಸ್ವಮೌಲಿವೇಷ್ಟನಾವೃತೆ ಪ್ರಬೋಧ ಮುದ್ರಿಕಾಂ ವದನ್ ಪ್ರಮೋದಪೂರಿತಾಂತರಃ ಸತೋತ್ರ ಸೂತ್ರ ಸತ್ಕರಃ ಪರೋ ಜಗಾದ ಯತ್ಪುರ ಯತೀಂದ್ರ ಭಾಷ್ಯ ಮಂಡಿತಂ ತದತ್ರ ಭಾತಿ ಶೋಭನಂ. ಗೀತಾ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಹೋಲಿ ಡಿವೋಷನಲ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ that brings wisdom into our heart. It's my pleasure to speak in Frankfurt. Its essence as Ramanuja put forth. Namaskaram to all. At the outset, I convey my heartfelt thanks to Parayanam Frankfurt and VHP and all people who are involved in organizing this program titled Gita for Life and giving me this wonderful opportunity to deliver a discourse on Bhagavad Gita in front of a great audience in this great place on a great topic. The speaker may not be great, that is different, but it has been made up by great audience, great place and great topic. So without further delay, let us move into our topic, Gita for Life. Now, I would wish to commence this discourse with a question. The question is, why did Krishna rear cows in his early life, childhood? We all know, as a cowherd, Krishna reared a lot of cows and calves. Why did Krishna do that in childhood? Very interesting answer has been given by our acharyas. The answer is, Krishna wanted to extract the milk of Bhagavad Gita from the cows called Upanishads. But before playing in a ground, we will take some net practice, right? Cricket players first practice in nets and then go to the ground and play. Similarly, Krishna wanted to have some net practice. That's why in childhood he became a cowherd, reared cows and then extracted milk from those cows and prepared himself mentally and physically. Once he had prepared himself, net practice was over, he went to the main ground, which is nothing but Kurukshetra battlefield. In that main ground, keeping Arjuna as the calf, Upanishads as the cows, Krishna, the cowherd, extracted the milk of Bhagavad Gita from the Upanishads and distributed to the entire universe. Sarvopanishado gavaha, dogda gopala nandanaha, partho vatsas sudhir bhokta, dugdam geetamritam mahat. This is the meaning of this verse. Sarvopanishado gavaha. Krishna made all the Upanishads into cows. Dogda gopala nandanaha. The cowherd is Krishna. Partho vatsaha, you need a calf. Calf is Arjuna. Sudhir bhokta, whenever we milk a cow, the calf will get only one part. The remaining part will go to all the people. Similarly, Arjuna, how many parts he got, we don't know. But we enjoy the full Gita. So Sudhir bhokta, who are all wise people assembled in this hall in Frankfurt. All these wise people, Sudhihi bhokta, they are all the enjoyers. Dugdam geetamritam mahat. The milk, dugdham, it is none other than nectarine Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna did net practice perfectly in childhood and has extracted and given us the milk of a nectarine Bhagavad Gita for all of us. So what is the essence of Gita? You see one thing, Gita is the essence of all Upanishads. That's why we call it as Gita Upanishad. Gita is the essence of all Upanishads. Then what is the essence of Gita? Yamunacharya, the great preceptor of Ramanuja, grand preceptor of Ramanuja, Yamunacharya, in his Gitartha Sangraham, in a single verse, explains the essence of Gita. Swadharma jnana vairagya, sadhya bhaktieka gocharaha, narayana param brahma, Gita shastre samiritaha. 5 points. Point number 1, Swadharma, do your duty perfectly. Never abandon your duty. Swadharma, whatever is our duty, we have to do. Swadharma. Number 2, Jnana, as our Vasu Swami in his panel discussion said, that attitude is important. Jnana, develop self-realization, knowledge about Jivatma, this individual soul. With that knowledge, you have to perform the work. So, Jnana, Swadharma, do your duty. Jnana, develop knowledge of Atma. vairagya. Vairagya is detachment. Here this detachment refers to detach yourself from the fruit or result of your action. Detachment from the result of your action. Swadharma, jnana, vairagya. Do your duty with knowledge, detached from results. Sadhya bhakti. These three things, Swadharma, Jnana and Vairagya, facilitate, contribute to the development of bhakti. If you want to develop devotion, you should first adhere to Swadharmam, you should develop Jnanam, you should practice Vairagyam. These three, Sadhya bhakti, they facilitate, they contribute to the development of bhakti. That is for Swadharma, Jnana, Vairagya, Sadhya bhakti. Eka gocharaha. Now the fifth point is, if you involve in that bhakti yoga devotion, you can attain him. Whom? Narayana Param Brahma Gita Shastre Samiritaha. You can attain Parabrahmam, the Supreme Lord Narayana, which is nothing but liberation. So this bhakti takes you to mukti or liberation. So do your duty with knowledge, practice detachment. This leads to bhakti. Bhakti takes you to mukti. Swadharma jnana vairagya sadhya bhakti eka gocharaha. Narayana Param Brahma Gita Shastre Samiritaha. Now, coming to our topic, how to apply this Gita for our life. Gita for life. Now, let us go into each of the 18 chapters of Gita and discuss how can we relate each of those chapters and its contents to our daily life. Are you ready? Our time starts now at 6 p.m. We are all ready now. Now we are mentally, virtually traveling to Kurukshetram to enjoy the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Now it is a virtual journey only. Don't worry, after 90 minutes we can come back. Because if it is a physical journey, there may be train delay, flight delay and other things. But here there is no problem for mental journey. Mind is the fastest traveler. So we all virtually transfer ourselves to the place of Kurukshetra. Dharma kshetre Kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsavaha mamakav pandavashaiva kimakurvata sanjaya. Whenever we think of Bhagavad Gita, this scene flashes across our mind. The great battlefield of Kurukshetra, the epic battlefield. Pandava army, 7 Akshauhini Pandava army assembled on one side, 11 Akshauhini Kaurava army assembled on the other side. Wait, what is that Akshauhini? There is a calculation. Indian mathematics is very advanced mathematics. This one Akshauhini refers to elephantry, chariotry, cavalry and infantry in 1:1:3:5 ratio. No, let me put it in a simple term. 21,870 elephants, 21,870 chariots, 65,610 horses, 1,09,350 foot soldiers together constitute one Akshauhini. 1:1:3:5. 21,870 elephants, 21,870 chariots, 65,610 horses, 1,09,350 foot soldiers, 1:1:3:5, one Akshauhini. 7 Akshauhini Pandava army, one side. 11 Akshauhini Kauravas army on other side. Now Arjuna enters this battlefield to fight and uphold dharma, to uphold justice. Arjuna enters the battlefield. His chariot is driven by none other than our own Lord Krishna. Lord Partha Sarathi is driving the chariot of Arjuna. Now Arjuna tells Krishna, Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Ratham Stapayame Achyuta. Oh Krishna, please station my chariot in between the two armies so that let me have a look at who are all assembled on either sides. Because any warrior before fighting should assess his strength as well as the enemy's strength. Without assessment, you cannot engage in battle. Take the example of discourse, spiritual discourse. Before speaking, first I should assess the audience. How many people have assembled? More importantly, how many chairs are empty? They are belonging to what kind of age groups? How many times will they clap? Because clapping is very important. Why? Why? Because if anybody near you sleeps, if you clap, that person will wake up. More and more importantly, even if the discourse or Upanyasakar sleeps also, if you clap, I will wake up. Not only that, in USA they have done one research. That research says that who all clap for long time, they will get rid of nervous weakness, heart problems, asthma, back pain, and all joint pains. So clapping is always good. Clapping during spiritual discourse is very, very good. So we have to assess all these things. Okay, at what all intervals these people will clap, what age group they are belonging to, how many men, how many women. Usually in spiritual discourses, women will outnumber men. So we have to count how many youngsters, how many adults, and how many Tamil people, how many non-Tamil people, how many Bharatiyas, how many foreigners. We have to assess all these things before speaking anything. Without assessing, if I start speaking, I have prepared such and such things, I have come with some PowerPoint presentations, I will speak everything, you have to listen means within 10 to 15 minutes, everybody will start going away. Similarly, a fighter, he should assess who are all in my side, who are all against me. Without assessing, you cannot fight. So, Senayor Ubayor Madhye Ratham Sthapaye Me Achyuta, let me assess. Okay, Krishna stations the chariot, Arjuna looks at both sides, but he did not see elephants. He did not see chariots. He did not see horses. He did not see foot soldiers. Rather, Arjuna saw Tatra Pashyat Stithan Parthaha Pitrinatha Pitamahan Acharyan Matulan Bratrin Putran Pautran Sakings Tatha Shwashuran Suhridashaiva Senayor Ubhayorapi. Arjuna saw his kith and kin, elders, preceptors, acharyas, brothers, cousins, nephews, everybody. Arjuna was shocked. How can I fight against them? Is it right to enjoy the kingdom or wealth which is tainted with the blood of these people? No, I don't want this fight. I don't want wealth. I don't want kingdom. Arjuna says, Gandivam sramsate hastattvakchaiva paridakhyate nachashaknomi avasthatum brahmati vachame manaha. My bow, Gandivam, it slips from my hand. My body is burning. I am unable to stand. My mind is spinning. Now putting down his bow, Gandivam, and his quiver of arrows, Arjuna sits in the deck of the chariot with utmost confusion and surrenders to Krishna at the beginning of the second chapter. Karpanya dosho pakata swabhavaha prichhami tvam dharma sammudha chetaha yachreyasya nishitam bruhitan me sishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Arjuna pleads with Krishna, I am unable to discriminate between dharma and adharma. My discretionary power is gone. Please show me the way. I surrender to you. I am your disciple Sishya. You are the Acharya. I surrender to you. Please show me the way. Whenever you think of Bhagavad Gita, this scene will flash across your minds. Kurukshetra, 7 Akshauhini Pandava army, 11 Akshauhini Kaurava army, Arjuna in the middle, Arjuna surrendering to Krishna, breaking down in the middle of battlefield. But this scene is not an isolated incident which happened in Dwapara Yugam in one epic battle. This particular scene is occurring and recurring every day, every moment in the mind of every person. We are all Arjunas. You may be an entrepreneur or a doctor or an engineer or an advocate or an auditor or a teacher or a professor or a student, whoever it is, or even an unemployed person. We are all Arjunas. Our minds are like Kurukshetra battlefield. At least Kurukshetra war ended in 18 days. But this mental turmoil has no end at all. We are all Arjunas. Our mind is like Kurukshetra. 7 Akshauhini Pandava army on one side. That constitutes our positive thoughts, good thoughts. 11 Akshauhini Kaurava army on that other side, it constitutes negative thoughts, evil thoughts. So, Kauravas outnumber Pandavas, evil thoughts outnumber good thoughts in our minds as well. So, mind is Kurukshetra, negativity is more than positivity. This Arjuna, Jivatma, the individual soul is Arjuna, he is caught in a fix. Arjuna is caught between Pandava army and Kaurava army. This Jivatma, each one of us is caught between our positive thoughts and negative thoughts. Arjuna's attachment pushes him towards Kaurava army. Our attachment pushes us towards negative thoughts. Arjuna's conscience pulls him towards Pandava army. Our conscience pulls us towards our positive thoughts. So attachment pushes, conscience pulls. Same case for us also. So we are caught in a fix that leads to mental turmoil, stress, depression, anxiety and what not. Kurukshetra war ended in 18 days. But our anxiety, our daily stress, our mental turmoil, it has no end. When are we going to end the mental turmoil, that biggest war? The external war has ended in 18 days. Now, how can we put a full stop to this internal war? For that only, Krishna teaches Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. That's why we say, Krishnam Vande, not Arjuna Gurum. Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. So for the entire universe, for the mental turmoil, Krishna gives a solution in the form of Bhagavad Gita. This is the message given for our life in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. This incident is not an isolated incident happening in an epic battle. This incident is occurring and recurring in the mind of every person, every day, every moment. How to get rid of this mental turmoil, that will be discussed in the next 17 chapters. Okay. Now, to bail us out of this situation, Krishna starts teaching Bhagavad Gita. We proceed to chapter 2. In chapter 2, Krishna gives a 3-point formula to easily get rid of this mental turmoil. What is that 3-point formula? It is called IPS formula. You can see in my YouTube channel also, IPS in Bhagavad Gita. What is that IPS formula? I means not Indian Police Service. This IPS formula is, I means identity, P means performance, S means self-reflection. Identity, performance, self-reflection, IPS. The 3-point formula is enough to bail us out of all these mental turmoils and depression. How? Let us see. The first thing in IPS is identity. First know your identity. Realize that you are a soul. As our Bharadwaj pointed out, we are not this body. We are something different from this body. Please realize that as long as we identify ourselves with this body, fear will come, problems will come. If we realize that I am not this body, I am something different from this body, I am soul. If I realize that I am something different from this body, a different entity, automatically 99% of problems will vanish. The thing is, we know that subconsciously, but we won't implement that in daily life. Let me give you one example. We say, my body is tired today. I have traveled a lot. My body is tired today. If you say my body, then there is a person called I who is distinctly different from his body, and he says this is my body. Okay, then will that I refer to mind? No. My mind says this is wrong, we say. So I, a different entity, my mind. Mind is mine. Okay. Am I the intellect? No, we say, to my limited intellect, this appears correct. So my intellect. Okay. Then who am I? Just like we say, my house, my pen, my laptop, my table, my stand, my body, my mind, my intellect. So who is that I? That I is Jivatma, the individual soul. So we have to realize that we are not this body. We are the individual soul which is different from this body. Whether we get practical realization or not, at least theoretically, through Shastras, through Vedic texts, we have to realize that I am something different from this body. What is the use of knowing it? That's what Krishna puts forth. If you realize that you are soul, you will understand that nobody can harm you. Nainam chindanti shastrani. No weapon can cut the soul. Nainam dahati pavakaha. Fire cannot burn the soul. Nachainam kledayanti apaha. Water cannot moisten the soul. Nashoshayati marutaha. Wind cannot dry the soul. So soul is entirely different from this body. Not only that, soul exists eternally. Krishna gives one example. Natvevaham jatunasam natvam neme janadhipaha nachaivana bhavishyamaha sarve vayam atahparam. How long will God live? What is this question? How long will God live? God will be there eternally, just like God existing eternally. Each of these individual souls will exist eternally. There is no death for soul. There is no destruction for soul. There is no full stop for soul. All death are all for body alone. Manufacturing date, expiry date, likewise date of birth, date of death, all for body, not for soul. So if you understand that, you will get courage. Okay, Why should I get worried? I am not this body. I am soul. Why should I get worried for problems arising out of bodily relations? That gives you courage. So come what may, with head held high, heart open, armor on, you can face. So this identity gives you courage to face anything. So the first point is identity. Realize that you are not body. You are something different from this body. Now second thing is P, performance. It is not enough if you just realize that I am a soul. You have to perform. Performance. What is that? Do your duty. Whenever you are in a fix, whenever you are in a confusion, whether to go right or left or to take U-turn or to go straight, whenever you are confused, just relax yourself and just think, reflect on what is my ordained duty in this situation. Whatever is your duty, just do your duty. Abandoning your duty is a sin. You cannot forsake your duty at any cost. So, never hold back. Performance. Perform your duty. Karmanyeva adhikaraste. Ma phaleshu kadachana. Ma karma phalahetur bhuhu. Mate sangostu akarmani. Detach yourself from the result. Just focus on work. Focus on work, not on reward. Just focus on your work. Performance. Whatever is your duty ordained there, just do your duty. This is the second point. While discharging your duty, you should not give room for preference or prejudice. Without any preference or prejudice. While discharging your duty, you may get pleasures or pains. No. Endure those pleasures and pains, treat them equally. And then, after the execution of duty, you may get profit or loss, victory or defeat, treat both of them equally. Sukha dukke same kritva, labha labho jaya jayau. So, no preference, no prejudice. Pleasure or pain, just endure. Victory or defeat, profit or loss, just accept. With this, what? Profit or loss, accept. Victory or defeat, accept. Then why should I work? Because victory, defeat, profit, loss, these are all minor benefits of your duty. But if you do your duty with detachment, which is nothing but karma yoga, it has one major assured benefit. What is that assured benefit? Clarity of thought and purity of mind. As you do your duty perfectly with detachment, your mind gets purified. As long as your mind is dirty and impure, you cannot have clarity of thought or purity of mind. Just imagine if a mirror is stained with dirt. In a dirty mirror, can you see your face? A person thought his face was dirty and washed with soap n number of times. Still, his face was not clear. The reason is mirror is dirty. Similarly, our mind is the mirror where the soul is reflected. You have to purify your mind. So, without any preference, prejudice, without any attachment to the phalam, whatever you get, result, just do your duty. That performance purifies your mind. This purity cannot be achieved through anything else other than performing your duty with detachment. So, to put it simple, input 100%, expect 0%, peace infinity. Input 100%, expect 0%, peace infinity. This is the second point. Now the third point of IPS, I, identity, P, performance. Now S, self-reflection. Now that you have performed your duty with detachment, mind is pure, self-reflection. In that pure mind, you can reflect on the self. That's what Krishna says, Shruti vipratipannaye yada sthasyati nischala samadau achala buddhihi tada yogam avapsisi. Now that your mind is pure, now you can focus on self, Jivatma. You can have Atma Sakshatkaram, Atma Darshanam, the experience of self, the realization of self, the vision of self. If you get that self-realization, Atma Jnanam, Atma Darshanam, that will ensure that all your mental turmoil is gone. This is the solution to remove all our stress, depression, negativity, whatever it is. The solution is, yes, self-reflection. You realize that you are Jivatma. Once that realization happens, then these doubts, confusions, depression never crop up again in our mind. So to put it simple, for all our mental turmoils, second chapter gives the solution. We can apply in everyday life. Because every day we get lot of mental turmoils. Whenever you are in such a situation, remember IPS, identity. I am not this body. I am soul. Why should I get afraid of all these things? I will be bold and face, come what may, head held high, heart open, armor on, I will face. Identity. 2. Performance. Here, what is my duty? Okay, as per dharma, I will do my duty. No preference, no prejudice, pleasure or pain, I will accept. Victory or defeat, I will accept. Profit or loss, I will accept. Just do my duty. With that, I get clarity of mind. In that clear mind, the soul is reflected, and with that, we can win over all our mental turmoils. To put it simple, if Arjuna does his duty perfectly, Pandava army will defeat Kaurava army. If you do your duty perfectly, positive thoughts will defeat negative thoughts. Positive thoughts are Pandava army. Negative thoughts are Kaurava army. So if this Arjuna Jivatma does his duty properly, then his positive thoughts Pandava army will defeat his negative thoughts Kaurava army. This is the message given by second chapter to our daily life. Now without further delay, we move to the third chapter. The third chapter is, what is spirituality? Renouncing or performing? Because there is a famous opinion that it is not correct. But there is an opinion that spirituality means renouncing everything. Leave your home, leave your wife, leave your money, leave everything. Go to forest, become a sannyasi, do meditation. That alone is spirituality. Another person is going to office, is doing his duty perfectly, he is in a family life. No, you are not a spiritual person. It is not like that. That's the scope of the third chapter. Now, Arjuna puts forth a leading question to Lord Krishna at the beginning of third chapter. Jayasi chet karmanaste matha buddhir janardana tatkim karmani ghore mam niyojayasi Keshava. Arjuna asks Krishna, one thing I can accept. Self-realization is the solution for all these mental turmoils, okay. But as far as I have heard, to my limited knowledge, self-realization means we have to renounce everything. We have to become a sannyasi. We should go to forest, always meditate on self, abandon all work. Then only we can get self-realization. But you are telling me you do your duty, you fight. When you discharge your duty properly, you can get self-realization. This IPS formula does not appeal to me, Arjuna tells Krishna. Now Krishna replies, this is the essence of third chapter. Oh Arjuna, I have created two different paths for self-realization. One is Jnana Yogam, other one is Karma Yogam. Both can take you to the same destination called Atma Darshanam, self-realization. Both can take you to that end point, but two different routes. Between them, this Jnana Yoga, it involves, as you said, leaving everything, going to forest, becoming a sannyasi, abandoning all work, meditation. That is Jnana Yogam. It is very difficult to practice. But the other one is simple Karma Yogam. You can lead a family life, you can lead a household life, yet do your duty with detachment, offer the result to God. That will also take you to self-realization. This is called Karma Yogam. So, lokes min dvividha nittha pura prokta maya nagha jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. I have given two different paths among them, between them, which is easier. Because I have explained to you, Jnana Yoga means leave everything, become a sannyasi, go to forest, involve in meditation, leave all work. Karma Yogam, lead a household life, just be detached, offer everything to God, do your duty. IPS formula, which is easy, IPS is easy, right? Accepted. To put it even simple, Jnana Yogam is like driving a car in a city road with too much traffic. It is very difficult. But Karma Yogam is driving a car in a motorway, like what our Vinayak did today morning. He took me from Eindhoven to Frankfurt in 3 hours. His wife remarked, he is like Michael Schumacher. I replied, no, he is greater than him, because Michael Schumacher cannot drive this car with that speed and in this road. So if it is a freeway, you can go freely. You can drive with so much speed and you can reach the destination easily. But within the crowded streets of Frankfurt, if you ask him to drive, definitely our Vinayak cannot drive there, because they are used to that level of driving. They cannot drive here. Similarly, Jnana Yoga means driving within Frankfurt city. Karma Yoga means Vinayak's drive from Eindhoven to Frankfurt, which is easier. So this is a free way. Not only that, actually, this is just for an example. Likewise, Jnana Yoga means you have to control your mind and senses, and they should be held still. It is very difficult. We are all used to working. We are all running. Stop everything. Sit idle. Sit silent. Control your mind. Control your senses. It is not immediately possible. But Karma Yogam can be done. We are already working. Just change the attitude when you do that work. So, karmendriyani sanyamya ya aste manasasmaran indriyarthan vimudhatma mithyacharasya uchyate. Some people claiming that we are practicing Jnana Yoga, they will just sit, meditation. I have controlled all my external senses. Yes, he might have controlled his external senses, but internally, mind will be thinking of mundane pleasures only. This is called hypocrisy. Mithyacharaha, hypocrite, Krishna says. Because externally he is showing off as a Jnana Yogi. Internally he is thinking of something else. Instead of that, he can live a household life, perform his duty with detachment. That is better, right? Let me give you one example. If you want to advance towards Jnana Yogam, that path of meditation or the path of knowledge, you should have prepared yourself mentally and attained some maturity. One boy, he was seated on an easy chair. He was watching TV and eating snacks. His father came to him, hey, you have exam tomorrow. So what? Hey, you have to read well. So what? If you read well, you can get good marks. So what? If you get good marks, you can get a good job. So what? If you get good job, you can get good salary. So what? If you earn good salary, you can be seated on an easy chair, watch TV and eat snacks. I am already doing that only, he said. Is it fair? That has to be done at later stage only. Similarly, you cannot straight away go to Jnana Yogam. You should have prepared yourself mentally. Without that maturity or preparation, you cannot go for Jnana Yogam. So Karma Yogam is the way to go for you. Arjuna said, Karma Yoga means action. I want meditation. Krishna said, you need not do meditation separately. You integrate that knowledge of meditation into your work. Whatever work you do, that work has two components, working component and knowledge component. In addition to that working component, you add some knowledge. You integrate meditation with your work. How is it possible? If we meditate during our work, we cannot discharge our duties at all. Am I right? If I am speaking, this is my job. I sit on the stage, okay? I am integrating meditation into my work. That's all. Not like that. While working, while discharging your duties, while executing this Karma Yoga, you have to keep three things in mind and do it. That is meditation. Keep three things in mind. What are they? Ramanuja explains beautifully. Mayi sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa nirashir nirmamo bhutva yudhyasva vigata jwaraha. Another 3-point formula. Ramanuja puts forth. Kartritva buddhi tyagam. Mamata tyagam, phala tyagam. This is too technical. IPS was very easy. No, this is also easy. Kartritva buddhi tyagam means sacrifice the ego that I am doing. Consider that I am the instrument of God. God is executing this task through me. So, sacrifice the ego that I am the doer. Consider that God is doing it through you. This is the first tyagam. Second one is, don't consider it as my duty, mamata tyagam. Consider it as worship of God. This duty itself is worship offered to God. It is not my duty, it is worship done to God. 3. Phala tyagam. Leave the attachment to the result or fruit of that action. Come, it may come. If it comes, accept as our Vasuswami said, accept it as prasadam of Bhagavan, blessing of Bhagavan. So, don't focus on the result. Leave the attachment to the result. This is phala tyagam. So, kartritva buddhi tyagam, leave the feeling that I am the doer. Mamata tyagam, leave the feeling that my job. And then phala tyagam, leave the attachment to the fruit. With this mindset, kartritva, mamata, phala, tyaga, with these three sacrifices, if you do your work, that itself contains jnanam within Karma Yoga, and that will take you to Atma Darshanam. Is it? Arjuna asked. He was surprised. Because Jnana Yogam is essential. No, Krishna gives example. Karmanaivahi samsiddhim astita janakadayaha. Do you know my father-in-law in my previous incarnation? Krishna asks. In Ramavataram, Rama's father-in-law Janaka, was he a householder or a sannyasi? Janaka was a grihastha. But Janaka attained Atma Darshanam. How? He practiced Karma Yoga. Karmanaivahi samsiddhim astita janakadayaha. So this is possible. This is the essence of third chapter. So it drives home the fact that spirituality is not about renouncing everything. Spirituality is about facing everything. No escapism here. There is one proverb. You cannot play hide and seek with life, because life can find you wherever you hide. So there is no escapism, no hide and seek. Because many parents are afraid. If we call children to listen to Bhagavad Gita, no, if my son listens to Bhagavad Gita, he will become a sannyasi. Actually, Bhagavad Gita discourages Arjuna from becoming a sannyasi. Actually, Arjuna was intent on becoming sannyasi. Krishna stops him. You should not renounce. You should be here. You should perform duty and you should face. Come what may, you should face. So, Bhagavad Gita is not about renouncing or escaping. It is about facing everything and overcoming all hurdles. That confidence is given for life by Bhagavad Gita. So spirituality or Gita is not renouncing. It is facing, performing and winning over all hurdles. So Karma Yoga is greater than Jnana Yoga. This is the essence of third chapter for our life. So our perspective now changes. Not that only sannyasis are spiritual persons. A person working in his office, discharging his duty perfectly with these three types of tyagam, he is also equivalent to a sannyasi in his mindset and spiritual advancement. This is the essence of third chapter. Now we move on to the fourth chapter. The fourth chapter covers Avatara Ragasyam of Bhagavan. How? In the fourth chapter, Krishna tells one thing to Arjuna. Arjuna, this Karma Yoga is very old. In my previous incarnation, I have taught this Karma Yoga to Vivaswan, Surya, the sun god. Now Arjuna gets it out. Oh Krishna, actually your all website translations give some other explanation here. But Ramanuja explained this point beautifully. Arjuna asked Krishna, oh Krishna, you say that in a different incarnation you have taught this Gita to Surya. I want to know about your incarnations. Please explain me the nature of your incarnations, because Arjuna knows very well that Krishna is Bhagavan. He can take many incarnations. That and all is already known to Arjuna. What he wants to know is Kathametat Vijaniyam Tvam Adau Proktavan Iti. I want to know the nature of your incarnations. That's why Krishna explains the nature of his incarnation, Avatara Ragasyam, with 6 points as mentioned by Ramanuja. What are those 6 points? The first question Arjuna had in mind is, are your incarnations true or mere mirage-like appearance? First I will list out the 6 questions, then we will look at the answers. You are also free to answer. Or the avatars, this concept is exclusive to Sanatana Dharmam. In no other religion the concept of avatar, God coming down to this earth, in no other religion this concept is there. Sanatana Dharma alone says. Now, is this avatar true or a false appearance? Number 2, if you come down as avatar, will your power diminish or will you come with full potency? Number 3, you take one body during avatar. Is it a material body or your divine spiritual body as you have in your divine abode of Vaikuntham? Whether it is a spiritual body, divine body or a material body. Number 4, what is the reason for your birth? We take birth because of karma, papa punyas. What is your reason? 5, is there any timeline? In this time Bhagavan will come. Is there any time? Number 6, what is the goal? What is the prayojanam of your incarnation? 6 questions. Okay? Anybody can answer first question. Is it true or false? True. Krishna says, Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna. Krishna says, my avatarams are true. How true means? Krishna says, as true as your own birth. Arjuna, you have taken lot of births. Do you accept this? They are true? Yes, we are born. It is true. As much as your birth is true, my birth is also true. This is the answer. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna. Second question, will your power diminish? No. Ajopisan avyayatma bhutanam ishwaropisan. I come with my full potency. Okay. You take a material body or a divine body. Prakritim swam adhittaya. Ramanuja explains here, Prakriti denotes his divine body. Prakritim swam adhittaya. Whatever form he has in Vaikuntham, he incarnates with that same form. That's why Krishna lived for 125 years on this earth. Can you see any grey hair for Krishna? While Gita Upadesam, Krishna was almost 89 years old during Bhagavad Gita. But all pictures we can see dark colored hair for Lord Krishna. He had grandsons, but still dark hair, because it is not material body. Leave Krishna. Rama lived for 11,000 years, but no grey hair, no wrinkled skin, no Parkinson's, because it is divine body. Prakritim swamadishtaya. Number 4. What is the reason? Reason for your birth? Is it karma? No, Krishna said it is not karma, it is karuna. Sambhavami atma mayaya. Here Ramanuja explains maya vayunam jnanam. Maya refers to jnanam. Bhagavan's sankalpam, his divine will. Out of my karuna, compassion, with my divine will, I incarnate. Not because of karma, not controlled by karma. 5. Is there any timing? Yes. Yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyakam. Whenever dharma is on the decline and adharma is on the rise, then I will incarnate. Finally, what is the goal? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samstapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. To rescue the good people and then eliminate the evil people and to uphold dharma, I incarnate on this universe. Ramanuja has given one Visheshartham here. That is, Paritranaya Sadhunam means not mere saving of good people in danger. That Bhagavan can do even without incarnation itself. If you have some problem, Bhagavan can bless you from his own abode. But this Paritrana means devotees are yearning, longing to have darshan of Bhagavan. They want to speak to him. If Bhagavan does not come in front of them, this devotee's life will be lost. So to save them, to give them his darshan, to give them his gunanubhavam, to give them the anubhavam of his handsome form, to speak some words with them, to receive what they offer, to put it simple, to receive the fruits from Shabari, Bhagavan has to come down. He cannot do it from Vaikuntham. So he comes down to receive fruits from Shabari. To hug Hanuman, he has to come down. To befriend Guha, he has to come down. To befriend Sugriva, he has to come down. To accept Vibhishana Sharanagati, he has to come down. To bless Prahlada, he has to come down. To bless Gajendra, he has to come down. To dance with gopis, he has to come down. To bless Akrura and Malakara, he has to come down. That's why he incarnates Paritrana Yasadu Nam, the meaning shown by Ramanuja. He wants to mingle with people. If he is there, he can destroy evil people from Vaikuntham itself. He can send his Sudarshana disc and he will kill all. But to mingle with devotees, Paritrana Yasadu Nam, he should come down. While coming, he additionally eliminates all these evil people like Ravana, Kumbhakarna and all those people. Dharma samsthapanarthaya, and upholds dharma. Ramanuja says, did you get 6 answers? Avatarams are true. His potency or power do not diminish. He takes the form similar to the divine form in Vaikuntham. Reason is his karuna, divine will. And then time, whenever dharma is in danger, adharma is on the rise, he will come. To mingle with devotees, he is coming. Ramanuja says, please note the following shloka. 4th chapter, 11th verse as well. That is also included in Avatar Ragasyam. What is that? Ye yatha mam prapadyante tangstataiva bhajamyakam mama vartmano vartante manushyav partha sarvashaha. Krishna says, my avatarams are not limited to Dashavatars alone. They are famous incarnations, that's all. I take innumerable forms, innumerable incarnations. How, asks Arjuna? Krishna says, Ye yatha mam prapadyante. Ramanuja explains, in whatever form my devotees contemplate on me, in whatever form they assume and surrender to me, I favor them and reveal myself to them in the form of their choice. That is nothing but our deity form. So we all have Archavataram in many temples, in our homes. We have the Vigraham of Bhagavan. Krishna says, if my devotee with utmost devotion believes that I dwell in this form and worships me with that form, that itself will become my incarnation, because I accept that form as my body and reveal myself to the devotee in that form of his choice itself. That's why this is an exclusive concept in Sanatana Dharmam. The idol or Vigraham deity form is not a representation of God, it is God himself. This is an exclusive concept in Sanatana Dharmam. Our temples are not prayer halls. Our temples are not religious assembly places. A temple is the dwelling place of God. Just like God coming as Rama or Krishna or Narasimha, the same God comes down as Ranganatha in Srirangam, Jagannatha in Puri, the same God, Srinivasa in Tirumala, or Ram Lalla in Ayodhya, Ram Janmabhoomi currently. All those forms are incarnations of Bhagavan, because Krishna has said explicitly, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tangs tataiva bhajamyaham. If you believe that I am in that form, I will take that form itself and bless you from that form itself. This is the word given by Krishna. And do you know one interesting trivia here? This concept is accepted by Indian Constitution. As per Constitution of India, the deity in a temple is considered as a living person with full constitutional rights. Temple deity, we say right to freedom of speech and expression, right to freedom of religion, all rights, whatever a constitutional citizen possesses, all constitutional rights are guaranteed for the deity in a temple, because it is directly the form of Bhagavan, not a representation, not a symbol. This is shown in the 4th chapter, Incarnations of Bhagavan, Avatara Ragasyam. Now, 5th chapter, Krishna again proceeds. So the message conveyed here is, whenever we worship the icon form of Bhagavan, we should not consider that it is a mere symbol. It is Bhagavan himself. So this is very important tips for daily life worship. Now coming to the 5th chapter. The 5th chapter speaks about Samadarshanam. As we progress more and more in this Karma Yoga, which incorporates Jnanam within itself. We already saw meditation within Karma. So with that mindset attitude, he performs his work as well. If he does that Karma Yoga, practices Karma Yoga along with Jnanam, with 3 kinds of Tyagam, that takes him to the state of Samadarshanam. As our Yogi ji pointed out about Samadarshanam and universal brotherhood and all. That Samadarshanam, that is explained in the 5th chapter. If a person advances, progresses in that Karma Yogam, he reaches a stage of perfection. He starts seeing everybody equal. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, Brahmane, Gavi, Hastini, Shuni Chaiva Shopakecha, Panditaha, Samadarshinaha. You see, some people, they take selective verses from Bhagavad Gita, Chaturvarnyam Mayasritam, and then criticize Bhagavad Gita. The same Bhagavad Gita has this important verse. And Ramanuja explains this Samanadikaranyam beautifully. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne means a Brahmin with knowledge and contact. Next one, Brahmane is there. That means a mere namesake Brahmin, without knowledge, without contact. So Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, Brahmane, Gavi, cow, Hastini, elephant, Shuni, dog, Shopakecha, a dog eater. Whoever it is, Panditaha, Samadarshinaha, Pandits, those who are endowed with Jnanam, they see all of them equally, because differences are only based on body. If you start seeing everybody as individual souls, Jivatmas, quantitatively Jivatmas may be many, but qualitatively all Jivatmas are atomic. They are embodiment of knowledge. They are embodiment of bliss. All Jivatmas are Sesha, subservient to Bhagavan. There is no change in these essential characteristics of any Jivatma. So we say he is black, he is white, he is tall, he is short, he is a male, she is female. All these differences are bodily differences. If you start looking at soul, there will be no difference at all. If we develop this Samadarshana, pride, ego, jealousy, hatred, all will automatically vanish. Only if we see bodily differences, I hate this person, I hate that person. When you start seeing a soul, whatever attribute your soul has got, the same attribute he is also having. How can you differentiate? That's the concept of uniform. They say in school, if everybody wears the same uniform, then they don't have pride or jealousy or ego or hatred. External uniform is not enough. The internal uniform has to be realized. Internal uniformity is all souls are quantitatively many but qualitatively equal in nature. Not only that, all these souls are tied to a same invisible thread. Take the case of a string of pearls, a garland of pearls. The pearls are strung together with a common thread. If you observe superficially, the thread will not be visible. But without that thread, the pearl necklace cannot exist at all. Accepted? Similarly, all Jivatmas are like pearls. In a necklace, all pearls will have same characters. Similarly, all Jivatmas are like pearls with same characters. The invisible thread linking us is Paramatma, Bhagavan Krishna. Since that thread is invisible, you cannot say that thread does not exist, because if there is no thread, this garland itself will not exist. Similarly, Bhagavan, the invisible thread, is connecting all of us. Without him, we have no existence at all. So try to realize that we are all Jivatmas, we are all equal, and that invisible thread, Paramatma, is connecting all of us. As we start pondering over this thing, then automatically we will realize that there is another connecting thread, Paramatma, as well. As we realize that we are all within the same group, actually we are all one unit only, a single unit, that single thread, Paramatma, we are all woven as beads with him, then we will not hate anybody. There is no room for hatred, there is no room for warfare, there is no room for ego, jealousy or pride. So this Samadarshanam happens. That leads to universal harmony. One country hating another country, one race hating another race. All these things will vanish. This is shown in 5th chapter for our daily life. Now coming to the 6th chapter. The next step is we have to involve in yoga to visualize this Atma. Now in the 5th chapter, the person has reached the state of perfection, seeing everybody equally. Now he has to factually have sakshatkaram, darshan of his jivatma. For that, he has to engage in yoga. We all say that yoga, dhyana, meditation, right? That meditation gives him atmavalokanam, darshan, visualization of his individual soul. Now, in that 6th chapter, Krishna gives you practical tips for meditation. You see, yoga day and all we celebrate. Now Krishna gives you practical tips how to practice meditation. 4 verses in 6th chapter. These 4 verses are enough to teach meditation. You can just start following from today itself, not tomorrow. Today itself you can start. First step, are you ready? Everybody is ready? Yes, okay. The first step is, now the person's mind, everything is clear. He has achieved Samadarshanam. He has performed Karma Yoga with Jnana. Now, Shuchau deshe pratitapya sthiram asanam atmanaha natyuchritam nati nicham chelajina kushottaram. In a clean place. First, the external environment should also be pure. If it is impure, then how can we purify our mind then? So in a clean, pure place, establish a seat which is neither too high nor too low. Cover it with silk cloth, deer skin and kusha grass, darba. Why should we use them? They give positive vibes for your meditation. So establish a seat in a pure place. Now point number 2. Tatraikagram manah kritva yata chittendriya kriyaha upavishya asane yunjyat yogam atma vishuddhaye. Now restrain your mind from all other thoughts. Refrain your senses from all other activities. Just focus the mind in one-pointed meditation. Involve in one-pointed meditation. This is point number 2. So you have established a seat which is neither too high nor too low and covered with grass, silk, deer skin. Now you sit on it, purify your mind, restrain all thoughts, and with one-pointed focus you start meditating. How should we meditate? Point number 3. Samam kaya shirogrivam. Your back, your neck, your head should be erect and in a straight line and should be steady. It should not be shaking. It should be steady, erect and in a straight line. Dharayan achalam stiram. There should not be any movement. Samprekshya nasikagram swam dishascha anavalokayan. We have to focus on the tip of our nose. Just observe, perfect meditation, you should not close your eyes. Eyes should be half open and focusing on the tip of the nose and should not look at all directions. Krishna himself says, Dishascha anavalokayan, because always if we open our eyes, we will look on all sides. No. Just focus on the tip of nose. But here, this shlokam, it has a very beautiful meaning. Samprekshya nasikagram swam, Krishna says, your tip of nose. Because there was one yoga teacher, he taught his student, hey, practice meditation, focus on tip of nose with half open eyes and come back after 1 week. After 1 week he came back. Did you practice? I tried a lot, but my wife did not cooperate, he said. Why should your wife cooperate? You only advise me to meditate on the tip of nose. Hey, it is your tip of nose, not your wife's tip of nose. So Krishna points out, Samprekshya nasikagram swam, your own tip of nose. You should be focusing on that tip of nose and consider that Bhagavan is dwelling there in a thumb-sized form at the tip of your nose. But in initial stages of meditation, it is very difficult because if we open our eyes, we will see, okay, he has adorned his jacket, almost he is going to leave from this discourse, it is boring, so he is leaving. We will look at all those things. So, in the beginning stage, initial stage, we should close our eyes for concentration. Once that concentration is achieved, we should do meditation with open eyes only. But till we close our eyes permanently, we do meditation with closed eyes only. That's our plight, leave it. Now point number 4. Prashantatma vigata bihi, with serene and fearless mind. Brahmachari vrate stitaha, controlling the mind and senses. Manasanyamya majjito yukta asita matparaha, focusing on Bhagavan, he should engage in meditation. If he does that meditation, he will have realization of self. Atma darshanam, atmavalokanam. This is the way to go. Once you attain that Atma darshanam, that will put an end to all your mental turmoil, all your stress, whatever you got, everything will vanish. So, if Arjuna fights, then Pandava army will defeat Kaurava army. If you do your duty, advance till the stage of this yoga and attain Atma Darshanam, your positive thoughts will destroy all your negative thoughts, and that is the way for eternal happiness. This is shown in the first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. And to mention for daily life's sake, the 17th verse of 6th chapter, it carries some significance. Yuktahara viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu, yukta swapnava bodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkaha. For this yoga to be achieved well, a person should be yukta ahara, he should follow moderate diet. Viharasya, moderate physical activity. Yukta cheshtasya karmasu, moderate exertion for job related activities. Yukta swapna, moderate sleep. Yukta avabodhasya, moderate wakefulness, moderate diet, moderate physical activity, moderate exertion for work, moderate sleep, moderate wakefulness will take you to yoga. In Chennai, a conference on diabetes was held. A doctor from USA attended that conference. She pointed out this shloka and said, your Bharat has given this wonderful shloka to this world. But see the plight. India is the headquarters of diabetes today. Had you followed this one shloka of Bhagavad Gita, India would have gotten rid of its diabetes itself. How? These 5 points apply for diabetes also. Yuktahara, moderate diet. Diabetics should neither feast nor fast. Yuktahara, moderate diet at intermittent intervals. Yukta viharasya, moderate physical activity. Yukta cheshtasya karmasu, moderate exertion for work, not too much stress, not sedentary, moderate exertion. Yukta swapna, moderate sleep, not too much sleep, not too much wakefulness. Yukta swapna, yukta avabodhasya, moderate wakefulness. Moderate sleep will itself imply moderate wakefulness. Oh, yukta swapna avabodhasya. Because some people, even while they are awake, they will be sleeping. Like in our discourse, not in Germany, in other countries. So, yukta swapna, yukta avabodhasya. Sleep should be moderate, wakefulness should also be moderate. If you follow that, diabetes will not come. In one video, I spoke about this and said we have to follow that. One person started to make it viral in WhatsApp saying, if you chant this verse of Bhagavad Gita, diabetes will not come. Who said so? Venkatesh said so. He was forwarding. And I received a lot of Mangala Shasanams from many people because of that. So this is the way to yoga, to get rid of all problems. Oh, Krishna says one thing, oh Arjuna, everything being on one side, however, this yoga, which takes you to Atma Darshanam, the darshan of self, that itself is not enough. Beyond that, you should realize that Paramatma is the indweller of the individual soul. Just like the soul existing within the body, the super soul Paramatma, he is within this Jivatma, supporting this Jivatma. It is said in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Ya Atmani Tittan, Atmano Antaraha, Yam Atmana Veda, Yasya Atma Shariram, Ya Atmanam Antaro Yamayati, Yeshata Atma Antaryami Amritaha. Having individual soul as his body, the super soul Paramatma, Lord Krishna, he is dwelling within us. So Arjuna, realize that. Don't stop with Jivatma Yogam itself. He realized that there is one Paramatma who is supporting this Jivatma from within. So please focus on that Paramatma as well and engage in devotional meditation, which is called Bhakti Yogam. That's how Krishna concludes the 6th chapter. Yoginam api sarvesham. Thus far we have seen a lot about yogis. Yoginam api sarvesham. Madgatena antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yuktatamo mataha. So beyond all these yogis, a person should realize that we should not stop with Jivatma. There is Paramatma within Jivatma. I have to meditate on him with this intent. If a person engages in loving meditation, devotion towards Paramatma, it is called Bhakti Yogam, which is going to be explained in the next 6 chapters. So, 1 to 6, the first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita focus on Karma Yogam coupled with Jnanam. The result is self-realization. Now 7 to 12 is, don't stop with self-realization, don't stop with Jivatma. There is Paramatma within Jivatma. Engage in loving meditation towards Paramatma. That will take you to Vaikuntham, the spiritual abode, the real liberation or moksham. That will be covered by 7 to 12. Now in the first 6 chapters, we have seen Karma Yoga associated with Jnanam. That takes us to self-realization. Don't stop with Jivatma Jnanam alone. Proceed to Paramatma who is within that Jivatma and engage in loving devotional meditation towards Paramatma, which is Bhakti Yogam, expounded in 7 to 12 chapters. Now let us proceed to Bhakti Yogam. In the 7th chapter, 16th verse, Krishna divides his devotees who perform Bhakti Yoga into 4 classes. Chaturvidha bhajante mam, janas sukritinarjuna, Artho Jignasur Artharthi Jnani Cha Bharatarshaba. Now Krishna says, Arjuna, there are 4 classes of devotees who involve in Bhakti Yoga, meditation on Bhagavan. Who are they? Artaha. Artaha means, Ramanuja explains beautifully, Artaha Brashta Ishwaryaha. He was once a rich person, but he has lost all his wealth and has come from rich to rags. Now he again wants to move from rags to rich and worships Bhagavan. He is called Artaha. Another one is called Artharthi. He wants to become a new rich man. He is already very poor. He wants to become a new rich man. He is called Artharthi. So Ramanuja clubs both of them together, Artha and Artharthi, and places them under one category, Aishwaryarthi. Both of them need wealth. But Artha needs lost wealth. Artharthi needs new wealth. That's the difference. So Artha, Artharthi, both of them come for Aishwaryam wealth. He is called Aishwaryarthi. And Jignasuhu. Jignasuhu means, Ramanuja explains, Prakriti Viyukta Atma Swarupa Vapti Ichuhu. He wants to attain self-realization. He wants to enjoy Jivatma alone. He doesn't want Bhagavan. He wants to enjoy his own soul. Then why should he come to Bhagavan? Because focusing on soul is little bit difficult. Because abstract Jivatma difficult to concentrate and difficult to purify mind. So using Bhagavan as a bleaching powder to purify his heart, and then I will enjoy my Jivatma itself. He is called Jignasu. Comes to Bhagavan, uses him as bleaching powder for meditation and purifies his heart, enjoys his self and goes for self-realization. He is called Jignasu. So Ramanuja classifies him as Kaivalyarthi. Now the final category is Jnani. Jnani is Bhagavantam Prepsuhu. He wants to attain Bhagavan. He wishes to attain the divine abode of Bhagavan and serve the Lord always. This Atma is subservient to Lord. I always want to attain Him. I want to enjoy His glories. I want to serve Him. This kind of devotee is called Jnani. So now 4 has become 3. Those who seek wealth, those who seek Atma Anubhavam, those who seek Bhagavad Anubhavam and Kainkaryam. So Artaha, Artharthi, they want wealth from Bhagavan. Jignasu wants self-realization and Atmanubhavam. And then Jnani, he seeks enjoyment, experience and divine service to Bhagavan. Now, among these 3 classes of devotees, who is the greatest? Jnani, because he wants God alone and nothing else. That's what Krishna says. All 3 are great, no doubt. But Udara sarva evaite jnani tu atmaiva me matam. Ramanuja explains, Krishna says that jnani who seeks Bhagavan alone and nothing else, he is my soul, Krishna says. Arjuna asked, Krishna, I have a doubt. You are the soul of all, but you are saying that jnani is your soul. Jnani tu atmaiva me matam. How can jnani be your soul? Arjuna asked. Krishna said, Me matam. This is my philosophy. As per Krishna's philosophy, as per Vedic philosophy, Krishna is the soul of all. As per Krishna's philosophy, devotee is the soul of Krishna. How is it possible? Arjuna asked. Krishna said, Can you live without your soul? Can you live without your soul? No. Krishna said, I can't live without my devotee. Why do you consider that jnani as your soul? Arjuna asks again. Krishna said, Tesham jnani nitya yuktaha eka bhaktir visishyate. The difference is, those who come to Bhagavan seeking wealth, he is great, no problem. But after he gets wealth, he will forget Bhagavan and go to enjoy wealth. Those who seek Atmanubhavam from Bhagavan, they worship Bhagavan. But after they get Atmanubhavam, they go to Atmanubhavam, they forget Bhagavan. But this jnani, while worshipping also, he remembers Bhagavan. In his target also, he attains and enjoys Bhagavan. So, in sadhana dasha and sadhya dasha, in both aspects, he is always associated with me. But that jnani is very difficult to find. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti samahatmasu durlabaha. Here Vasudeva Sarva means, it doesn't mean that everything is Bhagavan. Everything is Bhagavan, anybody can understand. For me, everything is Bhagavan. Vasudeva Sarvam means, Jagat Sarvam Vasudevaha? No, Mayi Sarvam Vasudevaha. To put it simple, everything in this world is Vasudeva, Bhagavan. Everything is the body of God. God is the indweller. That's different. But this devotee says, everything for me is Bhagavan. My food is Bhagavan. My water is Bhagavan. Dharaka, Poshaka, Bhogyam. For me, everything is Bhagavan. To attain that perfection, he has to take a lot of Punya Janmas and then only attains perfection and surrenders to me as Jnani. So he is the greatest devotee, says Krishna. So the message for daily life conveyed in the 7th chapter is, the greatest devotee is the person who asks for God himself from God. He goes to God, he asks something, what is it? He asks for God himself. I don't want anything else. That is the greatest devotion. Now the 8th chapter, it speaks of the destination which these 3 classes of devotees are going to attain after death. If a person is not involved in devotion at all, his case is different. Based on his karma, he will circumambulate in the cycle of samsaram. That's different. But the 3 class of devotees who engage in Bhakti Yogam, where do they go? That's explained in the 8th chapter. The persons who wish to get wealth, they meditate on Bhagavan himself as possessing lot of wealth. They don't focus on other aspects of Bhagavan. They say, Bhagavan has lot of wealth. Bhagavan has lot of wealth. He should give me wealth also. He meditates in that way. After death, धूमो रात्रिः तथा कृष्णः षण्मासा दक्षिणायनं तत्र चंद्रमसम ज्योतिः योगी प्राप्य निवर्तते. He is a bhakti yogi but seeks wealth. Ramanuja explains beautifully. Bhakti yogi seeking wealth, he goes in Dhumadi Marga, the world of smoke, and then the world of night, and then the world of the waning face of moon, and then the world of southern movement of sun, Dakshinayanam, and then he goes to Chandralokam. In the abode of moon, Chandralokam, he enjoys Aishwaryam. He wanted wealth, enjoys all Aishwaryam. For how long he did Bhakti Yogam? For that long he enjoys Aishwaryam. After that, he comes back to this worldly cycle of material existence because he sought only wealth, not liberation. So he comes back. Now the next category, those who want enjoyment of Jivatma. I enjoy myself. Atma, Atma, Atma alone. I don't want Bhagavan. Those people, Avyaktokshara ityuktaha tamahuv paramam gatim yam prapya na nivartante taddhama paramam mama. Those who seek Atmanubhavam go to a place called Kaivalyasthanam. It is intermediate between, we say the Trishanku, right, which is neither heaven nor earth. Similarly, neither liberation nor samsaram, intermediate place called Kaivalyasthanam. They will go there and they will keep on enjoying self. No Achetana Anubhavam, no Ishvara Anubhavam, only Chit Jivatma Anubhavam. They go to Kaivalyasthanam and they don't return back. Finally, the Jnani who wants to enjoy Bhagavan, he alone meditates on Bhagavan fully. Because those who seek wealth meditate on the wealth of Bhagavan. Those who seek Atma Anubhavam meditate on the purity of Bhagavan because he wants to use Bhagavan as bleaching powder just to purify. So meditate on Bhagavan purity alone, his knowledge alone, that's all. But this devotee who seeks devotional service to Bhagavan, who wants to attain his divine abode and serve him and experience him, he meditates on Bhagavan completely, his divine form, with divine weapons, divine ornaments, with his divine Pirati, we say, with his divine goddess, with all his divine attendants, in entirety, with all gunams, he meditates on Bhagavan. He goes in Archiradi Margam to Vaikuntham and never returns back to this cycle of worldly existence. Agnir Jyoti Rahas Shuklaha Shanmasa Uttarayanam Tatra Prayata Gachanti Brahma Vido Janaha. So they go in the path of the world of Agni, the world of Jyoti. Jyoti again is Agni only. So Agnir Jyotihi. Agni, which is Jyoti. So go to the world of Agni and then go to the world of day deity and then to the deity of Shuklapaksham and then to the deity of Uttarayanam. From there they proceed to Vaikuntham. They never return. So those who seek liberation and eternal service never ever return to this cycle of material existence. This is conveyed in the 8th chapter. Now 9th chapter, Bhakti is very easy. Bhakti is not difficult. For daily life, you can easily do Bhakti. It is conveyed in the 9th chapter, especially 26th verse. Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam, Yome Bhaktya Prayachati, Tadakam Bhaktyupakritam, Ashnami Prayatatmanaha. Krishna says, Arjuna, you offer Patram, leaf, Pushpam, flower, Phalam, fruit, Toyam, water. But Ramanuja says, please add or in between all these words. Leaf or flower or fruit or water, any one, whatever is possible. If all four not possible, you offer your tears itself as offering, I will accept. So you can offer me a tulasi leaf or a lotus flower or an apple fruit or some water or your tears itself as water, I will accept that. If you offer that with devotion, that's important. If you offer with Yome Bhaktya Prayachati, you offer with devotion, Tadaham Bhaktyupakritam Ashnami Prayatatmanaha. Krishna says, I will accept it. In what way? I will accept this offering with utmost love, as if I have been longing for it for so many years. Oh, you have given that to me. With so much of love and happiness, I will accept that small offering given with love and devotion by my devotee. We all know about Puri Kshetra in Orissa. Two kings went to Puri. They wanted to offer champaka flower to Lord Jagannatha of Puri. There was a shop outside the temple, but only one champaka flower was remaining. Both were wealthy kings. This king told the shopkeeper, I will give you 5,000 rupees, give that flower to me. The another king, he said, I will give you 5 lakh rupees, give that flower. He said, I will give you 5 crore. He said, I will give you my entire kingdom. For one champaka flower, he gave entire kingdom to that shopkeeper and took that champaka flower, offered it to Jagannatha. That night, Lord Puri Jagannatha appeared in the dream of that king and told him, I am unable to bear the champaka flower. Oi, it is very heavy. I am unable to bear the weight. He said, champaka flower is not so heavy. Jagannatha replied, flower is not heavy, but your devotion is very heavy. I do not look at the object. I look at the devotion with which you offer the object. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati tadakam bhaktyupakritam ashnami prayatatmanaha. So understanding this, always meditate on me with devotion. That's how Krishna concludes the 9th chapter. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi yuktaivam atmanam madparayanaha. You always invest your mind in me. Meditate on me with loving devotion. Madbhaktaha madhyaji, always serve me. Mam namaskuru, worship me with respect and reverence. Mame vaishyasi yuktaivam atmanam madparayanaha. Have me as your highest goal, and you will achieve me. This is the center heart of Bhagavad Gita. Meditate on me with devotion, offer everything to me and serve me and worship me with lot of reverence. Consider me as your highest goal. You will achieve me. Here in his commentary, Ramanuja adds one more thing. Offer everything to Bhagavan. What should we offer? Tadevam laukikani. Look at the Vyakhyanam. 1000 years before Ramanuja has written. Tadevam laukikani sharira dharanarthani vaidikani nitya naimittikani cha karmani madarpanam kurvan. The meaning is, even if you are engaged in a worldly job just for earning money, bread and butter, no problem. Even that job, if you do as per dharma and offer the fruit to Bhagavan, think that I am not doing, God is doing this through me. This itself is worship of God, and offer the phalan of that job to Bhagavan and serve him with that job. Your office 10 to 5 duty can be considered as worship of God. You are going to office in a foreign country, working there, no problem. If you do it as per dharma and offer it to Bhagavan, that itself can be considered as worship or puja to Bhagavan. So offer everything to me. Think of me all the time. You can attain me. Now Arjuna asks, is it easy to think of you all the time? Is it not difficult? Even for 5 minutes we are unable to focus on something. Incessantly think of me, Krishna says. Is it possible? That's why the 10th chapter, Krishna lists out all his glories. If you listen to my glories more and more, you will automatically prompted to think about me. So, in Vibhuti Yogam, Krishna says, just I will expound all my glories. Just listen. In the luminaries, among the luminaries, I am the sun. Among the Vedas, I am Samaveda. Among the Devas, I am Indra. Among the Rudras, I am Shankara. Among the Yakshas, I am Kubera. Among the Prohits, I am Brihaspati. Among the peaks, I am Meru. I am Rishis. Among Rishis, I am Bhrigu. Among the words, I am Pranava. Among the letters, I am Akara, Ye. Among Asuras, I am Prahlada. Among animals, I am lion. Among birds, I am Garuda. Among snakes, I am Adisesha. Among the wielders of bow, I am Rama. Among the rivers, I am Ganga. Among the Pandavas, I am Arjuna. Among the Vrishnis, I am Krishna. Among the months, I am Margari. Krishna says all these things. Now, if you observe this closely, Krishna points out to many groups: rivers, mountains, peaks, snakes, animals, and then says, I am the leader of them. Then what about the others? Bhagavan dwells within everybody, right? But in this Vibhuti Yogam, if you observe, Krishna says, I am the leader alone. Then does not Krishna exist within the subordinate people? Ramanuja explains this beautifully. Actually, what Krishna means is, I am within all people, among the leader of the group as well as the subordinates under that leader. But the presence of Bhagavan within them can be evidently, explicitly perceived in the leader in whom the expression of Bhagavan's glories can be felt. So, to put it simpler, if the leader himself is controlled by Bhagavan, if the leader himself receives his power from Bhagavan, it goes without saying that subordinates are also controlled by Bhagavan only. If sun himself receives power from Bhagavan, then all other lights derive their power from Bhagavan only. If lion itself gets its strength from Bhagavan, it goes without saying that all animals get their strength from Bhagavan. So, Bhagavan is within everybody. He controls everybody. But his presence manifests explicitly in the leader of that group. With that, it goes without saying that Bhagavan is present in other people as well. To put it simpler, have you seen the advertisement boards of corporate schools? Corporate school advertisement. They will put 3 photographs. First rank, second rank, third rank. 3 students they will display. These 3 students studied in our school. Does it mean that only 3 students studied? Many students studied, all got good marks only because of our school only, but the manifestation can be explicitly seen in the first, second and third ranks. If these people themselves studied in our school only, it goes without saying that those who got 80%, 70% also studied in our school only. Similarly, sun itself derives power from Bhagavan only, goes without saying that tube light also gets power from Bhagavan. So, Bhagavan is within everybody and everything. Realize that. As you realize this point, you will focus on me. You can think about me more. Arjuna said, this is good, but it is very difficult to explain all these things. Can you show it as a PowerPoint presentation? Arjuna asked. Because visual aids are always useful. Okay, whatever I told you, I will show it as a PowerPoint presentation. Ihaikastham jagat kritsnam pashyadya sacharacharam mama dehe gudakesha yachan yad drashtum ichasi natumam shakyase drashtum anenaiva swachakshusha Divyam dadami te chakshuhu pashyame yogamaishwaram. The 11th chapter, Vishwarupam. Now Krishna, whatever I have told you, now will show you in a PowerPoint presentation called Vishwarupam. You see everything in my body. Aneka Vaktranayanam, Aneka Adbhuta Darshanam, Aneka Divyabharanam, Divya Anekodyatayutam, Divya Malyam Baradharam, Divya Gandhanulepanam, Pashyasharyamayam Devam, Anantam Vishwatomukham. The appearance was Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhavet Yugapaduttitha Yadi Bhasadrishi Sasyat Bhasastasya Mahatmanaha. When the radiance of 1,000 suns were to burst in the sky at once, that was the splendor of Vishwarupam. The radiance of 1,000 suns were to burst at once in the sky. You know Oppenheimer, who devised the nuclear bomb. When the Second World War was at its peak in 1945, USA conducted the nuclear test. They were about to drop Little Boy and Fat Man in Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. When that nuclear test was conducted in America, this Oppenheimer, he saw the blast of nuclear weapon. Immediately, do you know what he said? If the radiance of 1,000 suns were to burst in the sky at once, that would be like the splendor of the mighty one in Bhagavad Gita. The literal English translation of this verse, 11th chapter, 12th verse, Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhaved Yugapaduttitha Yedi Bhasadrishi Sasyat Bhasastasya Mahatmanaha. Oppenheimer has read English translation of Bhagavad Gita and he says clearly, wow, this atom bomb and its blast and its light that emanates reminds me of the Vishwarupam, universal form of Lord Krishna. So Krishna shows that universal form to Arjuna and tells him, you just meditate on this form. This will ensure that you develop devotion towards me. Just devotion and love will spring from your heart towards me. Just meditate on this Vishwarupam. Now 12th chapter, Arjuna asked, even after Vishwarupa Darshan, if devotion does not come, what can I do? Very good question. If devotion does not come even after Vishwarupa Darshanam, what can we do? That's why the 12th chapter, usually these 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita are named as Arjuna Vishada Yogam, Sankhya Yogam, Karma Yogam, like that. But in Ramanuja tradition, they have different names. Actually, these adhyayas are not named so in Ramanuja tradition. For the 12th chapter, the name given by Alavandar Ramanujan Swami Deshika is Bhakti Aroha Kramaha. Steps for developing devotion. Very practical steps Krishna has given in the 12th chapter. How to develop devotion? I see Vishwarupam. Still I can't get devotion. What can I do? Krishna says, Athachittam samadhatum nashaknoshi mayistiram abhyasa yogena tataha mamichaptum dhananjaya. If you are unable to get devotion even after Vishwarupa Darshan, Abhyasam, keep on listening to me more and more. Listen to more and more Upanyasams conducted by Parayanam Frankfurt and their accessory organizations. If you listen to that more and more and more, one day or other you will develop devotion. That's the way to develop devotion in the next generation. Listen more about Bhagavan. Arjuna asked, I listen a lot, but I forget the next moment. Once I come out of the hall, I forget what all I listened. What can I do? 10th verse. Abhyasepi asamarthosi madkarma paramo bhava. Then you do one thing. You do service to me in my temples. Ramanuja explains, Madiyani karmani ಆಲಯ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಉದ್ಯಾನಕರಣ ಪ್ರದೀಪಾರೋಪಣ ಮಾರ್ಜನ ಅಭ್ಯುಕ್ಷಣ ಉಪಲೇಪನ ಪುಷ್ಪಾಹರಣ ಪೂಜಾ ಪ್ರವರ್ತನ ನಾಮ ಸಂಕೀರ್ತನ ಪ್ರದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಸ್ತುತಿ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಾದೀನಿ ತಾನಿ ಅತ್ಯರ್ಥ ಪ್ರಿಯತ್ವೇನ ಆಚರ. ಕಮ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಟೆಂಪಲ್, ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮೈ ಟೆಂಪಲ್, ಡೂ ಗಾರ್ಡನಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಕ್, and then you can chant my names, chant divine pasurams, you can sing my names, and then you can do namaskaram, you can do pradakshinam, whatever service, do it. Slowly you will develop devotion. Arjuna asked, even after that, if I do not develop devotion, what can I do? Then you do one thing. What is that? Ramanuja explains, anuttitena karmana siddhena atmadhyanena nivritta vidyadi sarvatirodhane macheshataika swarupe pratyagatmani sakshatkrite sati mayi para bhaktihi swayameva upapadyate. Arjuna, then you do one thing. You do your duty without attachment, detached duty. Then, as you do your duty, it will purify your mind. Then, in that pure mind, knowledge of self, Jivatma will come. When you realize you are Jivatma, you will realize that Paramatma is the Atma of Jivatma. Automatically, you will come to me. But this is a roundabout route. If you are unable to develop devotion at any cost, finally, just do your duty with detachment, step by step. It will make you realize that I am within you, and you will develop devotion. And if you develop that Bhakti Yogam devotion, you can attain me. Concludes the 12th chapter with that Bhagavad Gita is also concluded. That's all Upanyasam. No. How many chapters in Bhagavad Gita? No, 12. Who said so? Alavandar, Yamunacharya, Ramanuja, they all explained that Bhagavad Gita has only 12 chapters. Hey, your time is 7:40, that's why you are saying only 12 chapters. Yes, my time is over, obviously. Actually, the first 6 chapters speak about karma and jnana yogas. The result is Atma Sakshatkara. 7 to 12 Bhakti Yoga. That takes you to liberation. Krishna concludes the 20th verse of the 12th chapter. Yetu dharmyamritamidam yathoktam paryupasate shraddadana matparama bhaktastetiva me priyaha. That devotee is dear to me, he will attain me. That's all over. Then what is 13 to 18? Q&A session. The same Q&A session which we are going to have. Arjuna had a lot of doubts in what has been taught already. So the 13th chapter clears the doubt regarding Chit, Jivatma. What are all doubts regarding the teachings about Jivatma? Arjuna asks in 13th chapter, and doubts regarding Jivatma are cleared in 13th chapter. 14th chapter is about the 3 gunas, Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, Tamo Guna. How they bind us in this worldly existence. So it is more of Achit. Because all this matter, universe, it is full of 3 gunas. That matter is discussed in the 14th chapter, insentient matter. 15th chapter is Paramatma, Ishvara, who rules Chit and Achit. Uttam of Purushastu Anyaha, Paramatmeti Udahritaha, Yo Lokatrayam Avishya Bibarti Avyaya Ishvaraha. Ramanuja explains beautifully. He controls Achit. He controls Jivatma who are in bonded state. He controls Jivatma who are in liberated state as well. So he is beyond all. He is Paramatma. Uttam of Purushastu Anyaha. He is Paramatma. That is Purushottama. And then 16th chapter is about Devas and Asuras. Of course, celestial Devas are there, demons, Asuras are there. But 16th chapter says that those who follow Vedic injunction Shastras, they are Devas among human beings. Those who speak up against those Dharma and Shastra, they are all demons among human beings. This is Devasura Vibhagam. 17th chapter classifies all our activities based on Sattva Gunam, Rajo Gunam, Tamo Gunam. Based on that, our activity will differ. The same action only. Attitude, as our Vasu Swami pointed out, just imagine the person is giving donation, Danam, with the feeling that may the person receiving this Danam live long. May Bhagavan be happy. With that intention, if he gives, it is Sattvika Danam. But if a person donates for advertisement, displays to everybody and posts it on Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts and WhatsApp status, I have donated this much, this is Rajasam. The same donation done with evil intention to harm the other person, it is Tamasa Danam. This division is shown in 17th chapter. Now the final chapter, we are coming to the concluding part of this discourse, 18th chapter. Arjuna asked Krishna, Krishna, whatever you have taught so far, it seems very difficult to follow. What can I do? Because everything you have taught me, okay, while you are teaching, okay, I found them interesting. But how can I adopt all those things in daily life? We are all leading a mechanical life. We are running. We are not sure behind what we are running, but we are running. In this case, how can I follow all these things? Krishna, please show me some way. I cannot do anything. Now Krishna says, 18th chapter, 66th verse, the Charama Shlokam of Bhagavad Gita, the ultimate verse. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. This has been explained by great acharyas like Pillai Lokacharya, Swami Vedanta Deshika and many others. Sarva dharman parityajya. Krishna said, whatever I have said to you so far, just leave all of them. What? Just leave all of them. Whatever I have told you so far, just leave them. Mamekam sharanam vraja. Surrender to my lotus feet. I have no other refuge. Saying so, you just surrender to me. Aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. I will deliver you from all your sins. Ma shuchaha. You need not worry. Now the responsibility is mine. Once you have fallen under my feet, then your protection is not your responsibility. It is my responsibility. Before you fall to my feet, it is your responsibility. Now you have surrendered. So leave everything. Surrender to me. I will ensure that you will reach liberation. I will deliver you from all your sins. Arjuna said, you could have said this at the beginning itself. Upanyasam would have been over by 6-5 p.m. After all these things, you are saying, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Parityajya means leave everything. Totally leave. Surrender to me. What is this, Krishna? You should have told this already. Krishna said, I wanted to test you. Because thus far, Arjuna had a feel. This has been explained by Pillai Lokacharya in Mumukshupadi. Arjuna had one feel. Whatever Krishna says, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Arjuna was thinking. As long as Arjuna thought, I can do this, I can do this, Krishna was giving more and more complicated routes. I can do it, I can do it. Krishna is giving more and more complicated routes. At one stage, Arjuna realized, no, I cannot do it. You please help me. Once he came to that stage, Krishna taught him the doctrine of surrender. This shows that as long as we have the feeling of I, we cannot attain Bhagavan. Once we leave that feeling of I and surrender to him, we can definitely attain Bhagavan. As long as Arjuna thought, I can do this, I can do this, Krishna is giving more and more complicated routes. Once he said, I cannot do this, you please show me the way. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. To keep it in mind, just imagine this Upadesha mudra. One of the explanations for this mudra is, your index finger is Paramatma, the thumb finger is Jivatma. Now try, without moving the index finger, make this mudra by moving the thumb upwards. Index finger should not be moved. You should move the thumb upwards and touch the tip of index finger. Is it possible for anybody? No? No. Okay, now do the reverse. Don't move the thumb. Just move the index finger downwards. Yes, thumb is Jivatma, index finger is Paramatma. Whatever this Jivatma tries, it cannot attain Paramatma. Only when the Paramatma comes down and blesses us, we can attain him. So, Sarvadharman Parityajya, Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, Aham Tva Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayishyami Mashuchaha. This is the only direct way to attain Bhagavan. That is, the way to attain God is God himself. If you want to go to Chennai from Germany, you can go by flight or by ship or whatever means. But if you want to attain Bhagavan, flight or ship is not the means. Bhagavan himself is the means. Destination is also Bhagavan. Means is also Bhagavan. Imagine if Chennai comes to you, Chennai takes you inside it, and then Chennai goes to Chennai. Similarly, Bhagavan comes to you, Bhagavan takes you within, and Bhagavan takes you to Bhagavan. He is the means. He is the destination. Prapyam, Prapakam. Upayam, Upeyam. Both are Bhagavan. Traveling means Bhagavan. Destination of travel, again Bhagavan. Realize and surrender to me. This is the central message of Bhagavad Gita. So for our life, the message we are going to take is 1. Everyday mental turmoil is happening within our hearts. That is portrayed as Arjuna's confusion in Kurukshetram. 2. The solution for mental turmoil is IPS, identity, performance and self-reflection. That do your duty with identity of Atma and go for self-reflection. 3. Never leave your worldly duties or spiritual duties. We should not abandon our duty. Doing our duty is spirituality. Number 4. Bhagavan takes lot of avatars. In whatever form we wish to see him, Bhagavan will come to us. That is shown in 4th chapter. 5. See all equally. Avoid all bodily differences. See that the souls are equal. Souls are same, qualitatively same. 6th, Bhakti Yoga is the greatest yoga. Better than secular yoga. These days secular yoga they are teaching. Beyond, Krishna has said, Yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmana. So more than secular yoga, Bhakti Yoga is important. Point number 6. Point number 7. Among all devotees, the devotee who seeks moksham and kainkaryam to Bhagavan is the greatest devotee. 8. If we attain Bhagavan, we need not come back to this worldly cycle of existence. 9. Whatever we offer, God accepts with happiness and love. 10. Ways to develop devotion, listen to his glories, have his darshan, and then keep on repeating the listening to his glories. If that is not possible, serve him. If that is not possible, do your duty. That itself will take you towards Bhagavan. Finally, I am unable to do anything. What can I do? Just surrender to him. He will take care of everything. With that, I conclude saying that whoever listens to Bhagavad Gita, yatra yogeshwara krishnaha, yatra partho dhanurdaraha, tatra shrir vijayo bhutir dhruva matir mama. Now, shrihi, we get wealth. Vijayaha, we get victory. Bhuti, we get all kinds of prosperity. Niti, we get justice and dharma. Wherever Arjuna and Krishna are there, these all will be present. So if we keep Bhagavad Gita in our hearts, then we will definitely be blessed with Shri, wealth, Bhuti, prosperity, Niti, Dharma, Vijaya, victory. Everything will come to us. You see, after receiving this Upadesham, Arjuna, how he stands? Yatra Partho Dhanurdaraha. In the first chapter, Gandivam Sramsate Hastat. The bow fell down from his hand. Now he is standing Dhanurdaraha because that willpower was given by the willpower blessed by Lord Krishna. That's why he is holding that bow firmly and standing. So Krishna will give us willpower to face anything in life. Just surrender to him. Then it is not our responsibility. Everything becomes Lord Krishna's responsibility. Saying so, once again I thank Parayanam Frankfurt because this is the 3rd continuous year. They have given me this wonderful opportunity, and not only for that, for their entire service to our Sanatana Dharma. All Sanatanis are indebted to thank Parayanam Frankfurt wholeheartedly, and may their service grow more and more with all Sri, Vijayam, Bhuti, Niti and everything, and may all of us be blessed with all wealth and prosperity by the grace of Lord Krishna. Now I open for Q&A session.